The government wouldn't lie to us. Oh God, are you a flat earther?
Yep. How would you even know if the earth stopped moving?
Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters.
And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so.
Stay flat. Not saying that Yahweh or Yahshua will not deliver. But those that want things quick, fast, in a hurry, yeah, Satan will bring it to you. So that you have to know. They'll give you anything so that you trust their word. But Yahweh, we give it to you in due time. All information, all promises kept. I like to laugh sometimes, and this is one of those moments, you know. Put it up there, put it out there, gets accepted quick, then delete it. As long as you know that he knows. So what else do you know? You still believe what he told you, or do you believe what he knows? This is your science guy. Come on now. Get with it. Now, I told you before that I observe a lot of things. I look at a lot of details, or I look for them. And here is one with the microphone. I said, okay, someone has to have some type of, we have everything underwater now. Cell phones, cameras, watches. I said, is there a microphone and like headphones you can go underwater with? Yes, of course there are. So that brought me to this after I watched this video. Now, this is how they practice for the International Swim Station, and you can see clearly why it's called the Swim Station to many flat earthers. And as you can hear, they are helping the actor there with the white suit on. All of these people play a part. All these scuba divers play a part. And what you hear is the person in the control room directing them what to do and directing them which part to work on and whatnot. Now, that's done underwater. And you would think that they would have earpieces and microphones insulated within their gear, but apparently they don't.
Bring it out a little bit.
Now here, many people think that they have passed their program tests underwater, so they are able to work up on the International Swim Station that's supposed to be up in that thing they call space.
All right, I see your right.
You can see here on Jack's camera.
Your right tab is up.
What I noticed here was the stars. In between the dark spots there, you can see stars. But keep in mind, it's flying 17,000 miles per hour.
We'll take a baseline half check from both
And
of
when
you.
you look up, it looks different. It's just flying past the moon. People catch it flying past the moon. You know, you can hardly catch it. You
copy
got to
all.
slow
Those are
it down
good
with
buddy
a
checks.
video camera. But here,
Peggy, you'll be leading
you can
the
also
translation.
hear
As you know, you'll be translating up to the Epic
person in
MDM
the control room,
worksite,
probably the
just
same
port of
person
deceitful on face
in the
1.
control room.
And Two Fish, as you know, you'll be translating to the lab
And
handrail
how does that
258
sound
meter on the
travel
lab
in
via the
space?
high-pressure gas tank and the gap
I
spanner.
can understand that it's in their earpieces now. They're in space, but you can still hear it
See you later, Becky.
on the outside.
Good luck.
So how was that sound traveling in space? I don't know. It's probably some type of formula. Formula, yeah. It's a formula for that. I forgot.
Jack, I 4-man sail in around the EPFR there, next to the toolboxes. Clear to get back to the lock.
Awesome, thanks.
Come on phase 1. And at the work site, or at least next to the work site.
Copy, Peggy. You'll be temp stowing your MDM ORU bag on top of the Nader MDM, suggested tethering to the seat of handrail.
There's a guy got my green hook down on 253.
Copy, green hook on 253. Two Fish, I have some warnings and a caution for you. Stay 1 foot from the UHF antennas. Do not translate on the gap spanners, which are restraining the Node 3 lab ammonia jumpers.
Here again on Jack's camera, Peggy is out there too somewhere. It's called Jack and Peggy's Great Adventure or something like that on the International Swim Station.
Your PGT.
In this one here, you can also hear the audio on the outside. It's like if they don't cut the audio in the control room quick enough, when they stop the mic or stop talking, those last syllables get caught out there in space. And I think that they try their best to try to stop it. But also you can notice the bubbles. If you look really closely, you can see bubbles rising. You know,
all right, Peg,
not a bunch of bubbles, just like a bubble here, a bubble there.
To remove it.
You know,
and as you do so, whenever is a good time, we'll take an inspection of the blind connections on both
shot
the
right
MDM
here.
and the truss side.
And you can notice how the straps and the wires and everything just moving around. You can notice that when
but as you know, you'll be releasing the jack cap from
you can look at any video of someone underwater with some type of belt or strap or anything, and notice how it moves. You know, the latches, the hooks, everything. You know, it just moves so.
That was a little tricky on the last one.
So mellow. You know, it moves like it's supposed to move in water. Now, you can't say that space is like that. You know, you really can't.
Two Fish, we're good with your plan.
Go ahead.
Okay, Two Fish, we are good with that plan. Yeah, the suggested was 258 like the other side, but on the other side of 262 is 266. So we are good with whatever you think will work best. We're ready to start with steps for the install. Once you grab the spare MDM, we'll take an inspection of that one as well.
All right. I had to get in the truss a bit to get that inspection done.
No problem. We will take a safer handle inspection since you were in the truss as well. And Two Fish, looks like you've already depressed those buttons and are ready to sign 262 Alpha into the seat track. Reminder, antenna boom towards lab forward.
Copy that.
And Two Fish, please be mindful of the second boom that you already installed close to where your feet are now.
Copy. Okay, the one little bubble where we had in the cotherm bubble back up again, but it's not any worse than it was before. I don't know if you can still see that.
And I'd like to share a simple activity with you that can help you understand why the moon looks different at different times throughout the month. Why sometimes it looks like a banana, and other times it looks like half of a circle, and other times it looks like a big round ball. Well, to do this activity, you only need 4 simple things. You need a lamp with the shade removed, a white foam ball, a pencil, and a dark room. The darker the room, the better. Now in this model, the lamp is going to represent the sun, and of course the white foam ball is going to represent the moon, and your head is going to represent the earth. So let me show you how this works. We know that the moon orbits the earth. So in this model, I'm going to get the moon, the foam ball, to orbit the earth, my head. Notice that no matter where the moon is in its orbit, half of it is always lit up by the sun. But when the moon is in this position, I can't see any of the lighted side of the moon from Earth, my head. From this angle, you can see what I am seeing from Earth. We call this new moon. When it's new moon, we look up at the sky and we can't see the moon. It's there, but the side that's reflecting sunlight is away from us. Now, as I slowly make the moon orbit to my left, I can begin to see a tiny sliver of that lighted side. We call that a crescent moon. As the moon keeps orbiting, we can see more and more of that lighted side. We see half of the lighted half, which is a quarter moon. In this case, a first quarter moon. As we keep orbiting, we see almost the whole lighted side. We call that a gibbous moon. Then, when we can see the entire lighted half of the moon, that's a full moon. As the moon continues in its orbit, we begin to see less and less of that lighted side. We're back to a gibbous moon, but this time the light is on the opposite side. Then another quarter moon, last quarter moon to be exact. Another crescent, and finally back to new moon. And the cycle begins again.
This here is what we believe the earth to be shaped like, and how the sun and the moon circumnavigates around the tropics. Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, throughout the seasons, every 28 days. Here I was able to hit a switch for hourly, how the sun and the moon circumnavigates. And this, and you can see the moon phase down there in the lower right corner. Now this is for the days. It's just speeding it up, and you end up having a full moon, and then it would be totally opposite of each other. Every 28 days, we all know that. Every 28 days, you have a new moon. So as the sun starts to get closer to the moon, so that God doesn't allow us to have an eclipse every 28 days, this is what the moon does before the sun gets to it. And it passes the moon. It's not that the sun is further away, 93 million miles away, and they're both local, and the same size. Not the size that we have been told, and not as far as we've been told. Like the young lady in the previous clip, using the lamp as the sun and a piece of foam ball as the moon, and her head is the earth. You know, that's still indicating that the sun is humongous and stationary, and we are following it. endless space, who's flying? Nah, just joking, but with this gravitational pull that came from nothing, all this solar system precisely, accurately, in accordance with life, came from nothing but an explosion, which was also nothing. Nothing exploded and we have what we have. And the solar system have never lied. It's never been off. It keeps a perfect time. Who does that? This here is about not dipping the nose every 5 minutes to account for curvature. These are pilots getting at their altitude, height, and GPS takes over. I mean, autopilot and GPS takes over. And it says nothing about accounting for curvature. They push no buttons that accounts for curvature, and they are able to do whatever they please. Turn around, talk, eat, play patty cake, just until they need to take control of the plane. And after that, that's when they will go into manual mode. But no curvature, account for flights. Now the moon landing here is where, we had a lot of questions about the shadows and where the light source was coming from, because it was said to believe it was coming from the sun. But that wasn't the case, with all the shadows going different directions. Now you look further into this, you'll see that they've been using floor floodlights to cast upwards. Now you would know that you need these lights before you go to the moon. That's just pure rocket science, right? Supposedly, then you get up to the moon and it's pitch dark. Even the light side is dark. So here we have Buzz Aldrin looking transparent through these rocks on the floor and the staff that's in the ground, the pipe, whatever that is, a rod. And it was once said that the reason why the video of the moon landing looked like that is because they recorded over and over and over again off of different TV monitors. That's why you see like two images of Buzz just going into each other, and then he disappears and he's transparent through everything on there, so that they can make it look as grainy as possible. But if you look at the raw footage that I have in my section, all moon landings are fake because of this amazing footage. You'll see the raw footage of what they had. So there's no reason why it should be this grainy and this messed up. Nobody's answering for it, but you guys still love it. Hey, stay flat. I recorded this water at my dad's house, in this pool, and because I was already looking into how the stars look. And as you can see here in this video, as I zoom into this beautiful star that's such and such gazillion light years away with a P900, and you can see the resemblance. When we say as above, so is below, there's water above the earth and there's water below. We are surrounded by water. And when you look at the stars, they are in water within the firmament. just wanted to share that. Keep plugging it in. That's how the water looks. And that's how it looks on the stars. If the International Swim Station is able to pass in front of the moon for us to see, and it is being hit by objects, debris, thousands of debris, don't forget my other video, Space for Dummies, is hit by thousands of debris. We don't see any of those debris, but we're able to see the space station fly past the moon. That doesn't bother you guys? I don't know, I can't be that damn gullible. You see a plane fly past the moon, but you don't see no debris, nothing. I record the moon almost every other night. I see nothing. Nothing. Not one damn thing. And on that note of Yahweh's word, here you have your other science guy. And this is as close to space as we are ever going to get. What the hell am I talking about? There's no space. This is as close to space as we're ever going to be able to record. You have your green screen, you have your cameraman, and you have the word at the bottom, believe, and the in-death words is the lie. And that is Satan at his best. It's telling you what something is when it's not, when they don't even have proof. They have to use a green screen to bring you the galaxy and the cosmos. Don't believe the hype. This is Jay. Stay flat. You have no other choice.